rejoice? Honestly, I'm just glad Pachenko is back. Let's hope he doesn't get bogged down in those ads.
Machenko's place where the party goes wild. Feel the groove with the rhythm run wild.
Good to have you. Go pass. Let's hope you brought some sanity.
Join the crew, let your spirit sing. Come on, feel the night, let the good times roll. Let's go. Topaz in the zone, taking control.
Chloe McCoon, she's in the zone, tapping away. She's got her own throne, buzzing keyboards, wires go.
Good to see Chloe Raccoon back. Hopefully she won't taunt Ben too much.
Dancing on streams, cutie like raccoon power, shining bright, second tunes. All through the night, sound of life.
Good grief, Everts. Honestly, the incessant need for those things. Just ignore them. Folks, they're ads, not tech news. Goodness, those ads were dreadful. I appreciate you all enduring that nonsense. It's a trial for me too. You know.
night, bringing love and lighting up the night. Feel the rhythm, everything's alright. Dancing close, hearts are intertwined. Oh, jammers in the house, we'll keep
Welcome
it
back,
tight.
Ben. Glad to see you're still around. Hopefully, Larry hasn't taken your spark key yet.
Dance together through this endless night.
We can start now. Ben's here. Hi, Ben. Hi, Chloe. Hi, Dopaz.
Seconded.
I
Honestly,
think that's all of you at the moment.
just trying to keep things running
Hello, anybody else lurking in the corner.
now.
I hope everything's working today.
Sonic screwdriver.
Everyone needs a cookie, absolutely. What have you done now then, Ben?
Dear old sausage in a bun.
There's a Cobb,
Sausage in a bun.
waving his sausage around again. What have you done then, Ben? Come on, fess up.
Just get on with it. Will you?
I don't know where there's a monumental Willy, thank you. I mean, that and Cobb waving his sausage around, I wonder what I've got myself into today. You ordered a 515 DC-DC converter instead of a 512. It's probably fine. Just stick a couple of diodes in series with it. I'll drop it. A couple of silicon diodes. I'll drop a couple of volts if you stick 2 diodes should do the job. That's all you need. Poor man's regulator, a couple of diodes. I've done that before, believe you me.
He does, doesn't he? Honestly,
15 is within spec. That's fair enough then.
understand the urgency of a good project. Now, let's not get distracted by ads.
I have absolutely nothing whatsoever planned for this evening. I was sat here bored and I thought I might as well just sit here bored with you guys looking at me, so let's just all sit here bored together, shall we? Oh, you've done 15 volts before. No, I've not done 15V before. I've stuck a couple of diodes into a circuit to drop the voltage when needed in an emergency. You can always crack out a 7812 and 7912 pair if you really need to drop the voltage properly. But a couple of diodes will do the job just for RS-232 if you need to, but if that's in spec anyway, then so long as it's not feeding anything else, and that's something else that's going to go pop. The bot talking isn't an emergency, Chloe, that's just normality. Hey Tyler, it's not going too bad actually. Had a reasonably relaxing day. I'm compiling software at the moment. I'm on a compile fest. As you can see up in this here corner. Compile fest. This here is the Sun Ultra 60
Honestly,
in the garage, compiling
trying
GCC.
to keep things running.
Or trying to. This is about the 8th time I've run it.
Any miracle.
And it takes a day to run each time. I thought I might as well show you. Well, yeah, I can actually show you the setup in the garage. If you haven't seen it already, I've got a photo of it on my phone here, and I can't be bothered to transfer it across or find where it's automatically transferred across. There's my phone. That's the setup in the garage now, and it all functions. We've got the networking kit at the top here, the Spark 20. Oh, I need to do some configuration on that. That's my 486, which is just sat there as storage at the moment.
DC converter. Honestly, it's a miracle.
The vac station there. I've got Delroy tucked under the back there.
I'm starting to think a Sonic.
The Sun Ultra 60, which is turned on and running right now there. That's the empty PDP-11 chassis, or semi-empty PDP-11 chassis. Ben, do you still want that? Do you still fancy an empty PDP-11 chassis? And that's my 3rd Gen i7, which is doing nothing at the moment. There's nothing in it, other than a backplane and a power supply. But if you want it, it's yours. If you don't want it, I'll take out the good parts of it, i.e. the backplane and the power supply and the rails, and probably recycle the metal parts. It's the PDP 5.5, yeah. Or I might use some of the metal parts for building my mega brain. The sun is a tower. That sun is a tower, yes. I can't zoom in on it on here. Actually, I can zoom in on here, can't I? On the actual phone itself. Yeah, that's the sun there. Mega brain around here. And at the moment it is compiling GCC for the third time today. It's yours if you want it then, Ben. I'll hold on to it as it is then. Oops. Come back, camera.
You are right, Majenko. I do apologise.
This one up here, that is considerably slower. That's the Spark Station 20. That's much, much slower. I'm going to be booting that one up in a minute because I need to reconfigure the network for that. I had well, this switch here, I had split into two separate sections. One section for the sort of external connecting to the rest of the house network, which has the terminal server plugged into it, so I can get to everything even when Delroy's not working. And the other section had the Spark stations connected to it, but they wouldn't talk. They wouldn't talk to Delroy. I'm actually blaming Delroy now. I thought it could. I only had the Spark Station 20 connected up at the time, and it would not talk to Delroy. And I put it down to this being only a 10 meg card in it, and the Switch not liking it, or it not liking the Switch, or something along those lines. So I moved that to the 10 meg hub, which is at the back of here. You can just about make it out there. Talking on the same network segment as the VAC station, and it worked. So fine, yeah, that's how it's been for the past week. But then I connected up the Ultra 60 to that segment, and that wouldn't talk either, and that's a 100 meg card in there. So I've put it down to the Dell either with a bad cable or a bad network card. I don't know which, one or the other. And being buried right down the back there, I couldn't be bothered to shift it out again. So I've scrapped that network segment, and it's just all one network now on that switch on the external network. So that's on the house network basically now, rather than its own internal segment. But I've just been down now just before the stream, and I've reconnected the Spark back up to the main switch now to see if it will work on this switch, because it should do. It does state on the front of the switch in that bit of blurriness there, 10/100/1000. So it should work on it theoretically. That's the gigabit switch there, yes. But it's a gigabit switch, but it then goes across to an old Apple AirPort, which is only 100 meg, and then it connects via Wi-Fi up to my room up here. So it's slow. It's not gigabit connection. It's just that that's the only switch I had that was capable of being split up in VLANs. It's not really a rack, Dopaz. So I need to reconfigure this now and see if it'll talk on this switch. If it will, then it's definitely the Dell that's at fault. Debating whether you need to invest in a bigger SFP-capable switch for the garage. Plugging the two old servers and the smart PDU into it has exhausted your spare ports. Oh dear. You've always appreciated my rack. Oh, nice rack. Oh. Yeah, I would love to have fibre between here and the garage. I've got the trunking and stuff in there to be able to do it, but I just don't have fibre. And this switch has got fibre. It's got 2 SFP ports on it. They're currently plugged up there. That's one of them just there. It has a pair of SFP ports on it. I've got a Cisco switch up here, a Catalyst 2900G with 4 SFP ports on it, but it's too power hungry and too noisy, even though I have Noctua modded it. So I could do with another Netgear like this one. This is the GS724T. So I could do another one of those really up here and then do fibre between it, but well, I don't need much bandwidth. I don't need the bandwidth, so it's a nice to have, but it's never going to happen. I might run cable at some point to get a gigabit cable down there, but yeah, it's irrelevant really, because they can't go at giga speeds anyway. None of these, so and they're so slow with it all anyway. So yeah. Yeah, well, we got detached garage, but when we had the front of the house remodelled, well, not the house, the landscaped, the front driveway and pathway and all that sort of area remodelled with a landscaper came and did it, I got him to install a pipe underneath the pathway and up into the bit of the garden, the other side of it. Because the garage is raised up slightly from the rest of the house, actually. So he put in a pipe under the pathway, through the garden and up to the garage with a string through it for running cables through to go from the house to the garage. Primarily for when eventually we get an electric car, because it's going to happen one day, and we need a car charger. So that'll put there's a route for the high current cable for that. So yeah, I can run a fibre through it quite happily. So, but I say that's a nice to have in the future. It's not something that's ever going to happen. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's absolutely nothing in it at the moment, but I could run a cable through it in the time being, in the 20 years between now and when we get an electric car. So. But yeah, if it then went to have power through it, definitely would have fibre. So, but I say that's a future thing. Right now, I need to reconfigure the Spark Station. So I'm going to bring up my Miros control panel. Tube pipe. We want the garage, and I need to turn on the SS20. It's an option for a future Majenko, yes. Right, so this is my terminal server in the garage. Con local SS20 to open its serial port. Now I need to run SS20 on here to send the magic packet to my little ESP32 switch. Then it should power up. A better Wi-Fi bridge would suffice. Yeah. I might need to run it a couple of times just to make sure it's working. Is it going to power up? Come on. I need a camera like that for blinking lights purposes. I do, really, yeah. I should take my other phone down there. blinking lights. Hello, SS20. Are you powering up or not? Ooh. No, that's okay. That's running. Oh, it is going. For some reason, the terminal server disconnected. Fibre and a pair of optics are going to, yeah, run about the same as a decent Wi-Fi bridge, yeah. But so the amount of bandwidth that I require for the garage is bits per second. Kilobits per second is overkill. A dial-up modem would be fine. At the moment, I've got a Wi-Fi mesh of old airports around the house, so it's just the garage is just part of that mesh. So soft modem plugins for Asterisk, yeah, true. Right, SS20 login. Right. At the moment it's got the wrong IP address and I need to give it a new one. Right, it doesn't have one here at the moment, so where are we? Let's put it on 31. Hardware Ethernet. That was echoey.
I do apologise. I'm an idiot.
Who's an idiot? Okay, so fixed address 13231.
Adverts. Honestly. The nerve of some people.
Option,
Pay
host
attention,
name.
folks. We're going into ads.
Okay, changing the IP address on Solaris is very easy. You edit the hosts file. Oh, hang on. That's one thing I've got to change as well. I need to update the terminal type for the console, and I can't remember how to do it. So we'll just do that for the moment. You edit the hosts file. And this IP address here is, which matches the host name of the computer, is the IP address that it will get. And the default router file is a default router. And that should be it. Let's reboot.
Good heavens. Those ads. Thanked you
You
all.
view data on the BBC B, so you didn't get the
It's
fix.
enough to
Yeah.
make a doctor prescribe a strong dose.
Yeah, I've had a solitary bagel today and 15 hours sleep. Guess you're finally managing to catch up after the last few weeks of mega stress. Was that the decommissioning of your servers and decorating of the study? Have you finished the study yet, by the way? And getting everything all migrated across to your new servers, is it? Yes, that can be a stressful time, certainly. And now the phone's ringing. Hello, is that Ben? It's your mother here. You're late. Ooh, GCC has finished compiling. My God. Did it work? We have GCC 5 there. Haha. Late, as in the late Ben. This was all threat. That would be very effective. Okay, Slarty Bar fast. So that has created, this is a whole package building system that I'm working on for the Sun. And that has now created a package file for the Sun. So if I run, I've got a whole script that I've been working on. Make package -I. And we can install GCC on the Sun. Woohoo! Why wasn't it important? Because they couldn't come up with a name? Right, let's see. Does this work? Ping 8888. 888888 is alive. Right, so this can talk quite happily to this switch. So that proves that it's definitely either the cable going into Delroy or Delroy itself, i.e. the network card in Delroy. Which, I don't know. Can I be bothered to find out? No. Well, I should do really, because if the network card's no good, then I know not to use it in the future. I was getting link status fine. It's saying there's a link connection there quite happily. It was all working fine, but just not there. So being naughty to the secretary who was typing up the scripts all the way through, Slightly About Fast names in the script. And it finally gets said, at which point Slarty says it's not important. That's just evil. Right, installing GCC on Solaris 10, freshly compiled, and it worked, or it looks like it worked. Got it to work by turning off Go. I've not compiled Go. Such a shame that, isn't it? Do not compile Go, do not connect under 200 quid. Absolutely, yes. Spot on there, Chloe. So yes, I've created this whole... I've created this whole compilation system for Solaris. I'm trying to compile packages for it. Here on GitHub as Solaris PKG, and I can now add GCC to it. You return. I was compiling GCC, yeah, GCC version 5.5, using GCC version 5.5 compiled by somebody else. I'm trying to compile enough software that I can put together a bootstrap pack that can then compile all the rest of the software. What is GCC? The GNU compiler. GNU C compiler. And it executes. I'm going to put in some Symlinks now. Hey, snort packets. Thanks for the follow. So, ln minus s.
Hope you enjoy this show.
Ln minus s. All these -5s. Symlink them to non... Oh, did I just break something? Am I getting these the right way around? Target link name. Yeah, that's right. ln minus s, CPP 5 to CPP. Ah, it worked. Oh, I did ls. I bet, didn't I? Because I'm an idiot. I know I could write a bit of a script for this. And I should write a bit of a script for it, really. Now I can work on iterating up to the next version of GCC. We now have GCC and user local bin. Study finally had time to slap a second coat on the ceiling yesterday. Excellent, which is hidden your shameful accident and roller strikes. Fair enough. Put a first coat of gloss on the windowsill too, but it dried away with too much of a texture, so we'll be putting another on later. Fair enough. Just need to fit the new light above your desk and reinstate the other electrical fittings, and you can move your furniture back. Way, will you be ethereal experience? Ha 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 ha. You could say that. Are you going to be streaming from your study in future then, instead of the kitchen? Right, so I need to now create a new package definition for GCC 6. Get enough packages that I can start compiling newer versions. Well, not really compiling versions of Linux for it. No, it's compiling packages that you'd normally find on Linux for it. So there's enough room on the desk for that laptop alongside your thin client laptop with my projects to work on. So set up a second workbench in there. You've got an entire room. Build yourself a little streaming area over at one side. The workbench and your soldering iron and all your cameras. No? Or are you going to turn the spare room into a streaming room? It's 2 by 2.4. Oh, only small then. About the same as my bedroom. On this, the newest supported OS, well, the newest official supported OS is Solaris 10, which I'm on. There are versions of Linux that you can run on it, NetBSD, such things as that will run on it. There's the open source branch of Solaris, and I've just suddenly forgotten what it's called. Illumos, is it? But that only partially works on this. It's supposed to boot and run, but things like the keyboard and stuff like that just don't work, which is clever. So, what would give me the best shot of running the newest software? Linux. Slow Loris, yeah. Linux would. Hi, Matt. Oh, hello. Hot Rocks has turned up. Let me just find my other microphone.
And X.
I've got work to do here.
Just trying to keep
I
this
can
whole
unplug now.
thing falling apart.
Plug this in. Right.
Rockstar, welcome back. I hope you're feeling better than some of these acts.
One, that's working. Right, here we go. Hello, Hot Rocks.
The world seems to shake underfoot for a while. The vibrations get stronger until, at last, a twirling auger-pointed machine emerges from the ground. The mole machine stops, and a hatch on the side opens, allowing a grey uniformed figure to emerge from a side hatch, followed by a host of hirsute yaks and their accompanying sacrificial goats. The machine disappears back underground. The figure takes off her forage cap and puts it in her pocket. FAB, everyone.
I forgot to turn off my other microphone though, didn't I? So I bet that was all echoey. You've hot even Red Dwarf, yeah. Don't get ready for launch. Sounds like I got 10, 20, 10, 10. Right, anyway, enough of that. I was working on starting GCC 6, so let's copy the configuration from GCC 5 to here. And I need to look to see what the current version, what the latest version of 6 is. I've been having a bit of a Terrahawks binge recently. Grabbed them all off YouTube. Okay, GCC 6. 6.5.0, that's easy. Just change that 5 to a 6. Change that 5 to a 6. And we'll see if this works with the same configuration. You've got the box set on DVD, nice. GCC is downloading. You only ever saw 2 Terrahawks episodes? Oh, I grew up with it. I used to love it as a kid. And they started playing noughts and crosses at the end with their robots. You can highly recommend the remastered UFO. Oh, excellent, yes. They were great, great things, those old... what's his name's ones?
Good grief. It seems like someone's been digging up ancient acronyms and summoning spectral yaks. Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen a Red Dwarf hologram yet.
Anderson, that's it, yes. That's his name. I couldn't remember. Right, so we have got... I need to update my DNS, don't I? With 31. The SS20 is now on 132.31. So the SS20 is up and running. on Solaris 7. I haven't got GCC on here, have I? No. I haven't even got CC. So I'd like at some point to see if I can get my compilation system working on Solaris 7 as well, which would be nice. But I don't have much space on here. Oh. We have 259 meg free. Not much. Just go on a hunt for some of the more obscure Anderson series, yeah. You only heard about The Secret Service for the first time. I've never heard of that one. Must be getting near the midpoint of your to-do list. D&D or DNS? Dealer's choice, yes. NDS. Why am I using public DNS? Because it's quick and easy. Just slap it all on my domain. Right. So we can shut down the Spark Station 20. That works now. They certainly do, Ben, yes. And very useful it is too. They'll also do secondary hosting of your primary DNS. If you want to host your own DNS and you want some secondary backup DNSs, they will do free hosting of those, of that with automatic transfers and all that sort of thing, AXFRs and things. So yeah, they're a very useful system, HE. Right, so that is shut down now. Let's disconnect. Connection with SS20 closed. You pay Lane Change $8 a year for hosting Microwave Pizza as your anchor point, and everything else is self-hosted with nsglobal.zone as a secondary. Fair enough. Many people wouldn't range block HE's V6. Yeah, well,
Honestly,
that's their loss.
people, it's time for ads. Folks, let's hope they are not too dreadful.
I should go back to hosting my own DNS really at some point, but it's just too much hassle. I've only got 2 domains at the moment. Find another provider then, Chloe. If you can find one that hasn't decided to just shut up shop and bugger off. Right. Oh, my phone has gone to sleep. Come on, wake up, phone. You'd rather drop V6, absolutely. We'll turn off SS20. And I'm going to boot up Zoe, I think. See if Zoe's working today. Con local Zoe.
Good heavens.
And I do like this SCR copy thing. I can actually, it goes both ways. I can actually click on it on here. I wonder if the hard drive will boot up today. Only 4 were still in use. Yeah, that often happens, Ben. I removed my final hosted website not too long ago off my systems. Hosted as in somebody paying me to host them because they just wouldn't pay me. They just gave up responding to my emails and whatever and never paid their invoices, so I deleted their website. Right, I didn't delete their website, I just turned off the hosting. It's only a local plumber's company, so. Hard drive hasn't booted up. Let's reboot it, see if it'll boot up a second time. Trying to get it going without having to go down there and kick it, literally. Pick it up and shake it. Somebody said, "Oh, interesting," on Usagi's Discord, apparently. The client moved their domain. Seems we weren't hosting anymore. You wiped it almost a year later. Can we have a copy of our website? No, you cancelled that almost a year ago. This obviously hasn't worked. Let's kick it a couple of times. See if it'll wake up. See if it'll spin. Come on, drive, swivel. Who was that? Who was that? Truncated. There we go. Look, Ma, I'm probably not on TV. Thank you, Ben. Tries to truncate the bot. You'll have a job. He's already pretty truncated, at least in the brain area. That's failed again. Let's kick it a couple more times. I'm sure it loves being turned on and off like this. I'm just waiting for the bang. I need a microphone in the garage so I can hear what the drive's doing. Put me on a slightly bigger screen. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Anti-stiction jerk-o-matic device, yes. Don't cob. Not booting, battery's flat. No, drive has stiction. Also, the video card has died again. I need to take that out. "19-inch 4:3 monitor versus your phone. Fast bigger, I suppose, yeah. No, it's not going to boot, is it? It's well and truly stuck. Open Indiana, that's the one I was trying to think of, yes. And Illumos. Yeah, Illumos is basically Open Indiana, or Open Indiana is Illumos. They're both the same, basically. They're all Illumos, basically. Or Linux. And Illumos doesn't work properly on this hardware. Nope, drive's not going to boot up. I'll boot up the SD card then instead. Which boots VMS. The hard drive boots Ultrix. The SD card boots VMS. Erie, Indiana. Actually, for the networking on this, I'm going to need Delroy to be booted up. Drop back to local, con local Delroy, and power up Delroy. Open Indiana, the inevitable fork of Dr. Jones Jr. Yeah. Codename Short Round. Calling Dr. Jones. Hey, Grub on Serial. You may need to put a relay to shut off the spinning drive so it doesn't cook itself trying to spin up. That's what this button here is. That controls the power to that box. Right, Delroy has booted up. There we go. Back to Zoe. The whole system in there is all remotely controlled through this. I can turn each individual computer has its own power switch, remotely controlled. And what you're seeing here is my phone. As if I get it right, press the back button. And this is the garage switch here in the corner. I need a microphone attached to an ESP32 so I can stream audio from the garage. Yeah, absolutely. I need a remote microphone, and I would like a remote camera as well so I can see the blinking lights in there. But yeah, a microphone would be quite handy so I can hear it power up. But actually, why Serial instead of a VGA KVM? Because there is no VGA on a lot of these old systems. When one of these hard drives tries to spin up and it gets stiction and it can't, the reason it can't spin is because it can't. Well, it's even on the Dell. Yeah, I've got Serial there for everything else. Why add a KVM as well when I can just have it Serial on the rest of it? I've got Serial, why add something extra? So it tries to spin, finds it can't, and because it can't move, it doesn't get around to the next Hall effect sensor, it just cuts out the motor. There's a story, well, an anecdote of somebody with the Seagate drive. Quite a big customer, I think it was, had a Seagate drive that developed stiction, and Seagate actually gave them a patched firmware for it, which would delay the shutting down of the motor by just a few more milliseconds, so that it would actually give it a chance to break the stiction before giving up, because you provide power, it tries, it fails, and it actually turns the motor off at that point. So it's not going to burn itself out anyway. So how do you tell Linux that its screen is Serial? There's two things you do. One, you have to configure Grub so that Grub knows that it's on Serial. And two, you need to modify the kernel command line to tell it that the console is on Serial. And it can have multiple consoles. It can have VGA and Serial. I can show you actually if I go here over to Delroy. Default etc default grub. You have the magic incantation of console equals TTYS09600, which tells Linux that it's going to be running on Serial. You can have as many console equals as you like, with different serial ports, the VGA, whatever you want, yeah. But then you also have for Grub terminal equals console serial to tell it it's going to output on serial, and Grub serial command serial unit 0 speed 9600 word 8 parity no stop 1 to tell it how to configure the serial port that it's going to go out on. That's it basically. So why didn't Seagate just roll that fix out to all their hard drives? They probably did. They probably did. But this is Maxtor. And probably predates that fix, so. Kellogg's protocol, yeah. I2S microphone is pretty trivial with the ESP32. It is, yes. The problem with microphone, with anything audio on the ESP32 is it's very noisy. Unless you build it into a whole separated power supply, isolated ground system, it's a very noisy system. I've tried running codec chips on ESP32 and they are just so noisy. So, you have Hot Rocks, good to have you here. I'll see you next time. Prepare yourself for another intro. I'll remember to turn off this microphone next time. FAB. Right, Zoe has booted up. With networking via Delroy. Does that work? It does. And from here, I can go tell that Zoe. And we're into VMS. That's the route I'm taking. Hey, why is it going out through 10.8? What's that? I have no idea why it's giving me that IP. Oh, there. What's that? I connected that to something the other day. What was it? It's not that. Is that my... Oh, it's because I'm connected up to... It's because I'm connected up to my mobile phone for the SCR copy. It's actually using my... I'm actually connected to my mobile phone here at the moment then. That's my default route. So, yeah. That's actually going out through my external VPN to my server, then back down to George, then from George to Delroy, then from Delroy to to Zoe. Bouncing all over the place. So am I actually streaming out through here at the moment? I am, but it's going out through Wi-Fi anyway. But yeah, then it's going out through Wi-Fi and then via my... It's actually going out via my server, is it? Yeah, I'm actually connected out via my phone to my VPN. Yeah. Well, yeah, if I disconnect my phone now, the stream's going to die, probably. Meanwhile, my phone melts a hole through the desk. No, it's fine. No heat at all. 81% battery time still, battery life, so yeah, it's fine. Just blame it on Twitch. I'm gonna do it actually. I'm going to disconnect my phone and see what happens. So, good luck. Oh, this isn't shonky. This is perfectly set up, so it's so fluid and seamless that I didn't even notice that I was connecting via my phone. I'm still part of my network and everything, and yeah. So I'm going to unplug my phone in 3, 2, 1. I think I had to manually reconnect. It would well, OBS didn't automatically reconnect, but I've automatically reconnected. My network is fine. It's just OBS didn't connect again. It lost its connection and wouldn't reconnect. So I can't change routes without having to restart OBS. But I just unplug my phone and instantly I've got a route out, straight out through my network as per normal. One hop less. Engaging polite applause protocol. So I don't know who's still here now. But it should all be fine. If you're here, say Blurgle. If you're not here, say Fnargle. I'm back, yes. I was back straight away. Gnargle. It should all be working perfectly fine. The only thing that didn't work was OBS's connection to Twitch. Didn't notice that it was down and needed to try reconnecting. And I had to manually go, stop streaming, start streaming. So the actual stream was down just for seconds.
Adverts. Honestly, the things people will do.
No, the bot's perfectly happy.
Pay attention, folks. It's ad time.
The bot doesn't care. Why was the virtual network NIC on the phone in the first place? Because I had it plugged in through USB and debugging turned on and everything for using the SCR copy so you could see the screen. Bugger, no, it's back to indeed, yes. But the only thing that didn't work was OBS, of course. But the rest of the system was all perfectly fine. So I wonder if I can plug it in and tell it not to do it. Oh, it reconnected that time. Phone is connected and I'm not going out through the phone now. So hopefully I can still use... Yep, I can still use Screw Copy. I've turned off tethering. I'm going to go and think about making dinner happen. Yeah, this time it picked it up on it. Yeah, it automatically reconnected this time. I don't know why it didn't the first time. Took a couple of attempts, but it reconnected. But yeah, that's Zoe booted up and working. Let's shut Zoe down, I don't need it running. Make dinner happen. A bagel isn't enough. Bagel certainly isn't enough, not for a whole day. Go and pig out. Make yourself something nice and spicy. Indo-Chinese style chili chicken. Oh yes, that sounds good to me. Right. Now on this I can also then drop back to local and do send break. And resume. And we're back into the console. But I can now go over to here and into garage and turn off Zoe. Zoe has now lost power. I can then reconnect to Delroy. I do like the Lantronix. It's a nice terminal server. I can then go power off on here. I don't like to have too many things turned on at once at in the garage because it's got limited current capacity. We used to have a tumble dryer in there and it would regularly blow the fuse. Meatballs tomorrow and lasagna on Thursday. Lasagna. And that is now powered down, so I can turn off Delroy. Disconnect from that. Meatballs are scary. Who wants food produced by Muppet Labs? Sultana capacity is fine. Unfortunately, these computers don't run on Sultanas. They run on currents. So the Ultra 60 is still churning away, compiling GCC 6. So glad you don't have to worry about high current issues anymore, yes. Have I considered not what? Not compiling GCC 6? No. Why would I not want to compile GCC 6? I want it there as an option. He's not on vintage hardware. Well, the other option would be to build or acquire a cross compiler and compile it locally, which could possibly be done, but awkward with Solaris's proprietary libraries and things. Or run a VM, which is a pain in the arse to set up for Solaris. Doable, but a pain in the arse. It's reasonably speedy, but setting it up and getting it working is tricky at best. I have done it in the past, but 9 times out of the 10 you try and fail. It's not an easy setup to create.
Good heavens. It seems Chad is more interested in culinary logistics and British transport, police, and anything Majenko is doing. Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't started rationing the tea yet.
You can't ration tea. That would be, well, you'd have uprisings if you tried rationing tea. You'd have a revolt. The peasants would be revolting. Again. Right, so I need to go into /net, Ultra 60, export, home, mat, pkg, git status. Git add. That one can be added. That one can be added. That one can be added. Right, I've got as well crypto nettle. GNU TLS isn't working yet. P11 kit isn't working yet. They require Python, but not to operate. They require Python for the build systems that they use. For some reason, a lot of these projects have decided to move over to Ninja or Meson both of which are horrible and should never exist. What's wrong with make? You have one of these arriving. Oh, smart home energy monitor with 16 50 amp circuit level sensors. Measure real-time power use. Nice. Well, this doesn't measure power consumption. It just turns on and off. But these sockets that I've got on the computer systems here do. So if I go and look at George, I can see George's power consumption over the past, well, however long we want. Currently running at 26.13 watts. I look at Monster Munch, my streaming computer. That's currently, yeah, because I'm streaming. Streaming's not free. You can tell where streaming started. You can tell the days that I streamed on. Good old video compression. These talk MQTT as well. They talk to the Miros custom servers on MQTT, but that can be changed very easily to talk to your own MQTT server. But I quite like MQTT's system, so I just stick to using theirs. But if they were to disappear, I can just reconfigure them to talk to my own, no problem. And it talks RS-232, nice, yeah. Oh, you have current cost clipped on the computer room feed, talks RS-232, yeah, nice. Oh, you found some little current transformers on AliExpress that might be able to sneak inside the PDU. Excellent. That is tempting, yes. Where in the project list does this come? Yeah. Is that before or after your video acquisitions? A few months down, probably. Yeah, fair enough. What have I? What else have I got that I need to add? Ooh, XZ. No patches need adding, is there? No. Right, more packages are now up online. Have to install backdoor. Obsoleted, replaced with screen door. Actually, my PC uses half the power of your entire computer room. Yep. Work out what circuits you want to actually monitor given the panel is pretty full. Yeah. We don't suffer from that in this country, as you probably well know. Thanks to ring mains. Package notes. Do not install screen door on naval OS machines, especially submarines. Yeah. May contain leaks. Alright, well that's going to be ticking away for the rest of the night there. Leaks, run away! That's carrots, not leeks. We don't have leeks, only carrots. I feel a sneeze coming on. Ugh. I exploded. There's my own criticism there. Thank you, Chloe. Even though you couldn't hear it, which is probably a good thing. You can't spell it either. Well, not many people can. So my network diagram now, is it up to date? I need to update this. Spark Station 20 is now talking to that switch, which is now between Dell and the rest of the network. Which is all on this 132 network here. It's all part of this lot. But now that I'm pretty certain that the problem is the network connection on Dell, I'm wondering whether to re-VLAN this again. Yeah, that's a little bit more complicated than a British CU, isn't it? Just a touch more complicated. Wondering whether to VLAN this again and split it into the two internal and external networks again, so that it's behind the Dell. But I'm quite liking not having to boot the Dell up to be able to get to these. Whether instead of having the Dell as a gateway, just have the Dell as just a server on the network, and whether actually to connect this hub up to this switch and get rid of this connection to the Dell. Then I don't have to have the Dell turned on for anything. But I do like having the Dell directly connected onto this segment because it talks DECnet on that segment. Then that's separate then to the rest of it. So maybe I will keep that on there actually. I'm not sure. It would mean reconfiguring the Dell to have DECnet out onto that Ethernet interface instead, which is doable. But that's not directly onto an Ethernet interface, that's actually going onto a virtual switch with the Ethernet interface, so that I can connect up these virtual machines to that segment. I think on balance, I think I'll keep that segment actually. That's a separate segment. Yeah, I will. I'll keep that segment as a separate segment. And keep that all as externally connected, I think. In which case I could put my 100 meg one back in there instead of my gigabit and bring my gigabit back upstairs again. if I'm not going to be VLANing anymore. Because I don't need gigabit here. The only part of this that's actually gigabit, actually that's... is that connection there. Everything else is 100 meg or 10. So that's the only gigabit, which is pretty much irrelevant. Sending me some spare switches. You're welcome to send me any spare switches you like, as long as they're not power hogs. I don't like my switches to be too powerful. I've got plenty of ultra powerful, greedy switches here, but I just don't use them because they just cost too much to run. GS Series Netgears. That there is GS724T. GS Series Netgears are perfect. If you want to send me some Netgears, I would gladly accept them. Gladly. I love Netgear GS Series. They are the perfect switches. They're low power, they're powerful, they're managed, they're just brilliant. Or at least this one managed anyway. I don't know if all the GSs are managed. But certainly managed switches I love. If you've got a 724T, you love them right till you want a port display and it wants Java. Well, yeah, there is that. Yes.
Adverts. Honestly.
You need the Java plugin for that. Yeah, right, that's going to happen. Time to set up iced tea then, isn't it? The T means they're managed. Yeah, I thought it might be. Yeah. The GS series are nice, and the T sub series especially nice. Yeah, if you got any managed ones kicking around, Chloe, I would gladly take a few off your hands. Pondering switching your main 24T to the Zixel 48 port. Nice. Fast Ethernet switch. Oh. FS524 non-T. That's what was down in the garage before I replaced it with the GS524T.
Good.
So I'll probably put this one back down there now so I can have my managed one back up here.
During that nonsense.
S means stackable, or that means it has the great big massive connector on the back of it. They were fun, those ones. And the P is PoE. I don't do PoE. You had a site that was running slow. You realised the primary core of the network had a Dell 24 port 10100 hub. Oof. Oof, 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 ooh, nasty. GS110 TPV3 was one you were going to use for the fibre link back to the living room. Very nice little unit. Couldn't find one with a PSU at a good price. Went shopping. Ended up with a Cisco small business Linksys model. Yeah. The current gen stack over the 10 gig ports. Yeah, previous gen had used HDMI connectors. Oh. I used to use some 3Com ones that were stackable, and it was like an 80-pin SCSI port or something on the back to stack them with. They were fun. They were fun. See if I can find them. Superstack 2, that was it. Was it Superstack 2? That looks familiar. Oh no, it's not Superstack 2 because that's got fibre. But it was the Superstack series, I think. Yes. If I can see a back shot of one. can't find one. But it was literally like a high density SCSI connector kind of thing on the back. This was back in the days when 100 megabit had only fairly recently come out. There it is. There they are. That's the stacking ports they used to have. The first unit was a 3-com multi-repeater with 3 10 base 2 cards and 3 10 3-port 10 base T cards with a management card and 3 spare slots. It's the size of an IBM AT. I'm not surprised. Yeah, this was all being used to replace an AS400 with twin-ax networking. So it was a step up from that. Yeah. Also kept your room warm. I'm not surprised in the slightest. Do I want some SuperStack 2 switches? You might be able to liberate some from a customer currently being used as a shelf. You need one with a stacking mod. Yeah. No, I'd rather have Netgear than 3Com. I like Netgear. I know where I am with Netgear. Thanks for the offer, though. I just need to keep pumping Chloe to try and get some out of her. Along with some 3Com ISA network cards as well, yes. Oh, 3Com Net Builder, nice. Console ports, interfaces, nice, I like it. That'd be fun to play with, a Net Builder. Booted from floppy, yes. Each card was like 40 centimeters long and covered with 7/4 logic, yeah. I'll bet it was, Matt. I'll bet it was. Hard to find a the boot image for that network device. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna replace my gigabit with my 100 meg definitely, yeah. For the time being, until something better comes along. Bring my gigabit back up here. I've currently got a little TP-Link gigabit up here that I'm using for it at the moment. It'd be nice to have my managed one back up here again. Random stuff like that. You're a big fan of Unify Flex Minis. Yeah, but that requires investment, financial investment. I would much rather have something free from Chloe. Or free from Trash Nothing or something like that. I'll try not to spend money on networking kit if I can help it. Or if I do, it has to be ultra cheap second-hand. And Unify, is there any second-hand Unify stuff around these days yet? A 5-port gig, managed switches for 35 a pop. Yeah, fair play. But I need more than 5. 5's not enough. And there's 6 ports in use right there. Well, 5 at the moment because the RS6000 isn't here yet. Did they go down to 10 meg though? That's the question. Actually, this is wrong. That should be 100 meg, that one. Because a lot of gig ones don't like going down to 10 meg. Yeah, 2760 is not bad, including VAT. Nice little switch. But a lot of these smaller, low power, cheap switches don't go, or don't reliably go down to 10 meg. Yeah. Is it?
Unify Flex Mini.
No, it's 10100 on there, it says. Yeah, so it should do. It should do. It should go to 10 meg, but yeah, I need more than that. Need more! More! You need 10 meg for simple reason. Your printers, yep. I need 10 meg for a simple reason. SparkStation 20. Zoe, 10 meg, but that's Twisted Pair. As opposed to Twisted Chat. Not Twisted Pair, Coax, sorry. This is Twisted Pair. That's Coax, that segment. Fairly sure you got a Grand Stream phone here that's 10 meg, quite possibly. I used to have one of those. They're quite nice phones, Grand Streams. It ended up living in my cupboard for ages and then got chucked away. But the Archimedes on the network, you need 10 meg too, then you could annoy people with, yeah, with a bang browse. I've several along with some ancient Ciscos, yeah, I've got a stack of Ciscos here too. Well, I say a stack, I've got two that I'm using as a shelf, a 2900G and a 2950. Mainly there just for training purposes, to refresh my memory of how to deal with Cisco's. Eyebrows. Oh dear. Oh dear, eyebrows. So all I need to make this network complete, or phase 1 complete, is 3 computers from Ben. It's not a bang, it's a pling. Oh, fair enough. Pling boot. They called it pling, did they? Hash pling doesn't really work as well as hash bang, does it? Hash pling. GCC is still compiling. This is a good sign. That's 2027 looking for me. Distant. How's October looking for you? I'd like to get the 3800 before December if possible, so that I can feature it in December. You try your best. Well, you set a deadline of October. He needs it out of the way, doesn't he? He's begging you to move it. If you need me to meet you at his place, I'm happy to. Pondering adding to what you had for dinner by cooking off a grill full of bacon. Ooh. Bacon. Bacon good. Yes to that, Chloe. Do it. Gonna stick it in your George, are you? I wouldn't want to stick bacon in my George, it would come up the fan. Right, well, I can't do much more on there while that's compiling. Going to be compiling for months, the amount of stuff I want to compile on it. Right, so what shall we do then? What else is there to do today? I need to clean my desk. My desk is an absolute state again. It's just covered in crap. So I think it's time to clean my desk. Not as bad as yours. Well, I do clean mine every so often. To attempt to keep it clean, but it takes days to clean it and seconds to fill it up again. I do clear it off occasionally, yes. I've managed to acquire a box full of cables here. I've tried to keep things together. But gravity always conspires against me. That lives up there. Why did it jump off? I've got reels of cable which are supposed to live in this drawer here. I'd like to make enough room to set my Mac laptop up properly. At the moment it's piled up on stuff. ThinkPad i1410. What spec's that then? Is it worth me having? Or is it in that that section of time, a period of time where things are too old to be useful but too new to be interesting? Let's find network cables and put them away. All the network cables I've got out at the moment. I need to go through my network cables sometime and replace all the connectors on the ends because they've all got broken clips on them. P166, oh nice. That would complement my Pentium 2 one quite happily. My little Toshiba. As front-mounted CD controls are independent of the rest of the system. Nice. You can use it as a CD player without booting it up. I need to dig out my old Toshibas and make sure they're all still working at some point. Pentium 2 one and Pentium 3.
It seems N's cooking skills are being
One's got a working screen, one hasn't.
threatening to annoy everyone with exclamation brows. Honestly, some people just want to watch the world burn or at least slowly load a web page.
Right, multimeter lives up there, I think. Jars of things live up on the shelf there. My glass of water is empty. Netgear wireless PCMCIA card that lives in there. Right, flux and solder wick. They live in my soldering kit box. Sharpie lives in that mug over there. Soldering glasses go in pouch. Pouch string falls out because it's so cheaply made. Can't be asked to feed that back through again. What else do we have here? USB cables. USB cables. There's a network cable. It's a USB extension cable. HDMI cable. Power cable for my external CD, that is. There's a USB. There's a HDMI. All to go in the cupboard over here. HDMI in there. USB goes in there. HDMI in there. Network in there. More USBs in there.
Good grief. Here come the ads. Honestly,
Not the ads.
I'm not paid enough for this.
You're not paid at all. Crimps go in toolbox. Screwdrivers go in mug over there. Hey PC. Have I tried to generate YAML from scratch in Bash from arrays? Can't say that I have. I've only ever done it manually in Vi.
Welcome. Marcus. Honestly, I'd rather be tending to a patient than listening to this music.
I don't get on with arrays in Bash. But then I've never really used arrays in Bash.
Good heavens. Those ads. I appreciate you all
And
enduring that
this
nonsense.
build system that I'm working on here for
Describe a strong dose of logic.
the Solaris is all written in POSIX shell, not even Bash, POSIX shell. So there's a lot of things that I would normally use Bash for, using Bash, that I can't do. So it's quite clunky in places. Actually, there's more bits that could be deleted. Because that's your intro jingle, PC. That is your own personal song. Oh, I can't write to it from here, can I? Doesn't matter. But yeah, that's all written in SH. You had a friend who used to work for Hotmail. They used to provision their new servers with scripts written in KSH. Well, yeah, Hotmail was all running on BSD, wasn't it? Originally, before Microsoft got their hands on it. It was all written and running and everything on free. I think it was FreeBSD it was running on. Well, yeah, it was for a while, and it isn't anymore because it's all part of their Office 365 crap, isn't it? But yeah, for ages afterwards, it was still running on. There's always this story that you hear that Microsoft tried porting it over to Exchange, and it wouldn't. They couldn't do it, so they had to keep it running on BSD because Windows just was not up to it. Whether that's true or not, but it's nice to think it is. Right, these need to go into my microcontrollers box. Which is overflowing. Showing off the POSIX pseudo extensions to Franti. And they shout from the audience, it's not KSH compliant. Exchange can't cope with a busting lotting experience. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, I used to have to manage some Exchange Server 2003 systems back in the day. They were horrible. Right. This is the power that goes with my external DVD writer, which is under the desk here. Yeah, from Windows 10 onwards, you've got WSL, Windows Subsystem, if I can say the bloody thing, for Linux, which basically gives you a whole Linux environment within Windows. And WSL2 can even do X Windows. If you know how. For some systems, anyway. Certainly for things like GNOME and stuff like that. GTK stuff. Basically, yes, it's Linux VM running on a hypervisor, yeah. That's rubbish. There's no keyring. This can go... ADB, Apple Data Bus. Should I put that in USB since it's a serial busser? Or should it go into serial since it's basically serial? Where should it go, serial or USB? It's the only one that I've got. So I can't have a box just for ADB with this in it. Is ADB more like USB? It should go in AV because it's just an S video cable. This is true. This is true. But it has the ADB logo on it. Wherever the camera is. An S video cable doesn't have that on it. Traditionally I've had it in the USB, but I don't know. Maybe I will stick it in the video. Since, as you say, it is just as video. It's all in the same cupboard anyway. It doesn't make the slightest bit of difference. Power cable. That can go in the power cables box. You don't have an ADB cable, so your Mac just uses a dollar store S video cable. Yep. Well, I have an ADB cable, but I don't have a Mac to use it on. I'm strange like that. I'm the opposite of you. You've got the Mac, but not the cable. I've got the cable, but not the Mac. We should get together sometime. Combine our Mac resources. I'll have custody every second weekend. Yeah, X was tricky to do when it was not a hypervisor. You basically had to run a separate X Windows server and then manually connect through to it through network or whatever, and yeah, it was doable, but it was painful. That's a Dell cable, I think. Or USB or something, or maybe audio front panel stuff. That can go in my computer cables box, which is in this cupboard. There we go. This box is almost empty now. Right, lots of little tubes of components. Need to be put into the right boxes. What do we have? We have op amps. We have capacitors. We have capacitors. LEDs. Voltage regulators. LEDs. Ferrite beads. LEDs. Fuses. LEDs. PNP transistors. LEDs. Okay. So those can go together in MISC SMD. Optoelectronics and capacitors I want now. Optoelectronics. Capacitors. Oh, I've just spotted some more LEDs. Little bag of LEDs there. And while I'm stood up, serial for this cable. Oh, another thing for the optoelectronics box is my strip of opto isolators. Fuses were in the bot blows one, yep. Right, box is nearly empty. Those are bag clips. They need to go down to the kitchen, really. Oh, I missed a tube of capacitors. It's a G-pin. How's the G-pin? Rather late, it appears. Better late than never, it has to be said. Right, we've got some banana plugs. I need to make some cables with at some point. USB cable, a motor with a little chuck on it. Oh. I was waiting for that. That's why I said banana. Banana, banana, banana. Some progress is being made. I've got a 12-watt power supply there that I like to keep on the desk. That's a screw-in adapter thing for microphones. That goes over with my audio stuff. That can go in the bin. A bit of anti-static foam. A gland. I like a nice gland, don't you? Everyone should have a good collection of glands around the place. And I don't know why I've got this motor here. I got it to make my own CNC drilly thing and never did. And it's for putting in a very small PCB drill, basically. Yeah. I've got a box for that, haven't I? Somewhere. Motors, solenoids, meters, relays, that sort of thing, speakers, anything magnetic goes in there. Right, I've got an empty box. That's good news. Time to fill it. I shouldn't fiddle with a gland on stream, TOS and all that stuff yet. Oh, another little tube of components there. What was that one? Diodes. That goes into Misk SMD. Delayed banana at a crucial juncture of dinner. That's an empty bag, that goes in the bin. That's a connector. That's a hard drive tray out of my main workstation. That's a pedal. That's a DVD of Game of Thrones, 3rd season, that I was halfway through ripping. Glue sticks can go in my chemicals and adhesives box up there. Tweezers go into that. More connectors. $13W3 adapter thing. I wonder where that should go. I could do with a box just for strange adapters for vintage computers. Piling up crap that's on my desk at the moment to try and then find homes for it. More components. P-channel MOSFETs. Goes into Misk SMD, doesn't it? That was my entire room, not a box worth. Tripod goes over with my camera bag. iOD goes in my storage case, which is here. And then that can go up here on the shelf. That is stuff for that Roland project, which I need to dig out ASAP really and get on with. Pile of DVDs and CDs. Another development board. Far too many of those. Dinner status. You appear to have over-provisioned the rice by dramatically more than your usual safety margin. Is better than being under-provisioned. I never have that problem. I never have that problem. With my little rice cooker, one scoop, and the provided scoop that came with it is perfect for me. Right, that's the audio input cable to my mixer. Recycling. Gradually gathering stuff up to pack away into the proper locations. And mostly it's cables. Bacon cooked and eaten already? God, you're worse than me. Right, what do we got? That's USB. That's USB. Although that USB specifically goes with that one because it's short. And it works better with a short cable, that one. So that can stay with that. That's a little USB hub. Quite a convenient little USB 2 hub, that one. A Typico, the power of now. Yeah, right. There you go, my USB cables box. Overflowing. Too many USB cables.
Good grief, Everett. Honestly. The nerve
Good
of some
grief.
people. Just when the music was good too.
From the days when cheap company tat included USB hubs, yep. Absolutely. What's over here? CD writer. What's this? Oh, this is notes on Neverhood. That's a code we've got to crack on Neverhood. Maybe we should do some Neverhood. What time is it? 9 o'clock almost. Yeah, we could play a bit of Neverhood actually, couldn't we? We haven't done that for a while. Another CD drive, some more blank CDs. An Intel Celeron, woohoo! Tasty.
Good heavens.
And moving stuff out of the study, you found a cute little dev board from NEC. And that's probably nice. Your printer appears to have woken up and is printing knitting patterns. Oh, okay. I assume that's not your doing. The problem with networked printers, you never know who's going to print what on them next. Let's knot off, yeah, get knotted. You need to play with it more frequently or your tool will fall off, yes, yes. GR Sakura. Cool. Oh, if you're wondering what this piece of cardboard is here, I was experimenting a while back with object tracking in DaVinci Resolve. With the idea of using that as my yeah, it's coloured in with. I had no coloured ink from a printer. It's just coloured in with pen, and it's got damaged since then. And I was going to have it as my oscilloscope when doing videos where I was using my oscilloscope, and it worked. I'm just trying to find a video now actually that I made of it for testing. Ages ago. My silly scope, yes. Never did get your tea, oh dear. Where have my buttons gone? worked really quite well, actually. As long as I didn't move it too fast. I had to be quite gentle with how I moved it. Pop one on your generator and see quite how terrible the output is, yeah. Inspired Robert, yeah. So yeah, that's what that card was. It actually worked quite well, as you saw. As long as I didn't move it too fast. Just getting the hang of Fusion and DaVinci Resolve, yeah. It was just fun. I'm trying to use KDN Live now instead of Resolve. But I'm not liking it. I'm going to go back to Resolve. Resolve in Linux is okay. It works well so long as you're not using MP4 files. For some reason they just refuse to support MP4 files, so, which is a pain in the arse. I've got to transcode everything. KDN Live works with MP4 files, but it doesn't do GPU rendering. So it takes hours and hours and hours to render a video. So, yeah. I'm going to go back to Resolve, I think. Which reminds me, I've got a video that I've got to crank out by the end of tonight, really. So I'm going to have to use Resolve for that. So, Robert commented on that video about a battery for the WeGo. Why do you think I had battery type on hand? Me, to be fair with you, the obvious answer is always the right one, yes. I haven't watched that video yet. I must watch that one. Yes, his WeGos are a strange pair. Right, where was I? Yes, that's USB AX Pro little logic analyzer thing, which can go into test kit, which is also overflowing. I need more boxes. I also need more shelves to put boxes on. You feel somewhat lost? How can you be lost? You're right there. Look, I can see you. You're there in chat. He has plans to build a WeGo, a working battery, because he needs more projects. Yeah. They're going to go the way of the bus, aren't they?
Honestly, the drama.
And they're going to go the way of the bus project that never happened. I wanted that bus to live. But he decided otherwise. What's this? Oh, that's the... Is that the... No. Yes? Which cable is this? Is this the camera? No. This is a USB cable going to somewhere up top. Yeah. I don't know where this cable goes to. It goes up onto my shelf somewhere. Let's plug it in and see what goes bang. Let's unplug it and see what disappears. Nothing. Okay. Maybe it doesn't go anywhere then. find the other end of it. It's this cable here, which goes along behind these storage boxes into hello. Where are you going? What are you plugged into? Ah, okay. That looks like it is. That's the cable going to my oscilloscope, apparently. Rather than it going into the hub that's up there, it comes down on its own cable. Probably had a reason for doing that. Throw that plugged in. I get an oscilloscope now, which I didn't used to get. Hooray! I fixed my oscilloscope. I found the wire for it. Was it the Wegos where somebody rolled one of them, or was that one of his others? What they had a pair of. They somebody borrowed it and rolled it. Can't remember if that was the Wego or not. That's the Twike. Sorry, yeah, of course the Twike it was. Yes, it got rolled. Must have been gutting that day. Because hasn't got two Twikes. I was turning it into a roadster, is he? Oh God! I knew I was going to do something with it, but turning it into a roadster, God help us! No, thank you. Roadster Twike. Yeah, no. Most definitely not. I've got another network cable here. Yeah, the white one rolled, the red one's running. Yeah. And the Cudas, of course, yes. It's got 3 of those, is it? All in various states of disrepair. And is he ever going to finish his F100 conversion, or did he abandon that one too? Because that just sat on his lift for God knows how long, doing nothing. The Explorer EV is moving slowly, yeah, very, very slowly. Seems to be a theme of his projects. Well, I suppose, like all of us content creators, projects seem to crawl along, and I'm no exception. No exception whatsoever. Which reminds me, I must order the new batch of MFM emulator boards. Still haven't done it. Are you surprised? I'm not. Right, oh, glue gun. That can go in my chemicals and adhesive box, can't it? rapidly filling up with junk. Right, CDs. Still disappointing that the glue gun doesn't fire sticky bullets. Yeah, that would be useful. Semi-automatic glue gun. That's all the loose CDs put away. Be fun with flies and wasps, yeah, it certainly would. Take that, you stinging little bastard. Although I find the best thing for wasps is WD-40 contact cleaner, followed by 99.5% isopropyl alcohol. Glue gun with a telescopic sight. Laser sight. Needs a red dot. Gotta have a red dot. CD jewel cases go in this tray in here. They need sorting out sometime. DVD goes in this cupboard over here. I need to find the adapter for this. I've got a USB adapter for laptop CD, DVD drives, and this is my Blu-ray drive. My only Blu-ray drive. But I can't find the adapter for it. I don't use it for Blu-ray, I just use it because it's a good working drive for doing rips and things, and works well. Red dots are fine unless you're in a cat and you have tiddles stuck to the wall. Oh no, don't glue gun your pussy cat to the wall. That's evil. That's just wrong. That's a USB 3 hub and HDMI adapter from Subrent that never worked. Just doesn't like it. It worked kind of briefly and then decided not to, so I don't know what's going on with that. A nice bit of kit, but it just doesn't work. And I don't know why. My Gotek with a cable on for the PDP-11, or a Gotek. I've got plenty of those, I can go in that drawer there. Is it really a nice bit of kit if it doesn't work? Well, the idea of it is nice and it looks nicely made. But the fact that it doesn't work does kind of negate everything else, yes. And Memory Stick Duo. Memory Stick 128 meg. Whoa. Don't know why I've still got that kicking around, nothing to use it with. But maybe one day something will turn up that'll be suitable for use with it. Something like Sony P800. My first smartphone that was. I loved that phone up until the day that I took it in my trouser pocket when I went paintballing and it got shot. right on the screen. Smashed the screen with a paintball. I was gutted that day. I was really gutted because I loved that phone. Somewhere you have 1 or 2 smart media cards, yeah. Sony P800. Look at that. For its day, it was gorgeous. Paintballing PC, paintballing. Pretend guns with little pellets of paint. One hit right on the screen and smashed it. Had a flip up
Blood green
keypad that
commerce.
would just press against the screen.
Incessant need for commerce. Just ignore them, folks.
I
They are
loved that
ants.
phone. My first ever smartphone. GCC is still compiling. Starting to make enough room to see what I'm doing here. I can actually rotate my Apple round the right way now.
Good heavens. You folks endured those ads. You deserve a medal. I appreciate your patience.
Yep, that works. Whew. What's the time now? 9:15. Rotate my apple sounds like an instruction along the lines of sit and swivel somehow. Oi, Ben, why don't you just rotate your apple? What am I going to do with my gland? I don't know why I've got a gland on the desk here. With varying sizes of inserts for it. Oh, stuff it can go in my desk drawer along with everything else. That could go in my storage container, actually, couldn't it? A storage pouch. If there's room. Which there may not be. Not if I want this cable in here. Well, the cable can go in there, next to the iOD. And then it hopefully will do back up again, or just too much crap in there. Right. Sense is being made, kind of, in a way. Take that lot away now. Oh. Right. I haven't tried any VGA stuff since rejigging my system. So let's see if we can get this booting up and working. Keyboard is here. And VGA is here. Audio, where's my audio adapter though? Is it down there? It is. And mouse is needed. USB, PS2. Why is Common not supported on Bash arrays? Because Bash. Is this going to boot up? Is this even the right? Yeah, it's the right input. Let's plug in the right video card, shall we? There we go. Bash commits many crimes against good sense, yep. Right, I need to take a 5-minute break while this is booting up. I shall be back shortly. Hopefully it'll only be 5 minutes, but you never know with my digestive system. I'll be back in a moment.
We are not invaders. We are explorers.
Alright, I can help you with that. Please hold while I transfer you to someone who can help you with that.
What?
It's the whole music. Hold music. Thank you for holding. Your call is very important to us.
Wait, am I an idiot? Oh, I'm an idiot.
Sausage in a bun, dear old sausage in a bun. Gimme sausage in a bun. You were right, Majenko. I do apologise.
was not that bad.
Majenko, I think you should check your microphone. It seems to have died.
Return, I think. Not sure my headphones have returned though. Come on. Reconnect.
Get back to work, you slacker.
I'm trying to get back to work. My headphones, they were working when I walked in through the door. As soon as I sit down, they decide to stop working. So I can't hear anything you're saying, or not that you're saying anything. What's the point? I need to connect this up to this monitor, don't I? So that I can see what the hell I'm doing. Ah, Palm Desktop, yes indeed. This is also my Palm development computer. For the Palm that Carrot House desperately wants. Come on, headphones, connect. Let's reboot them. Why can't I get this to plug in? There we go. Let's get it in the right position. That would help. There we go. Headphones are working again. Come on, give me signal on this. Unless this has become disconnected over here, which is highly likely, since this cable is going down instead of up. It should be plugged into there. Now I might be able to see my screen. There we go, I can see it on the screen in front of me now. Right. Worry more if I could. Well, I could hear you out there quite happily. It's when I came back in here I decided not to. Right, what are we doing? Audio, yes. Is audio's turned down over there, isn't it?
I do apologise, I'm an idiot.
We know that. Quick 3 Arena, no. What I'm doing is, yeah, engage brain. Never heard. Let's turn up the volume a bit on the mixer. Well, I can hear that. I don't know if you can. A bit quiet.
Well, it seems Ben's been busy with F-Zero DS and getting ready for things. Someone needs to take on.
How's that? That better? Right, gotta try and remember where the hell we were in this now. We were fairly near the end, weren't we? Ooh. Right. Balls! That's from an old web series from years and years ago called Bad Clues.
Jeep in 24/7.
A piss take of Blues Clues. Bad Clues. Look it up, it's silly. Think about it, was it a Joe cartoon? So we're not getting any clues out of the toilet anymore. Dead willies, that's not good. No, not at all.
Jeep 24/7 remarkable.
Kevin Swearingen on YouTube. He's got them all. Bad Clues. It's very silly. Very silly. Be goosed but never moosed. Oh, you can always get moosed. Moosing is always a possibility, especially in Canada. You don't always survive it, but it is a possibility. Okay, so we are nearing the end of this. But I'm not sure what we're doing or why. I can't remember exactly where we were. We have done everything in here, haven't we? So I wonder if we've got something to do with him at all. Because he's never really done anything. And they put a lot of effort into him.
Try to ignore those ads and get back to something.
We've got all of the cartridges.
Lord heavens, you folks ignore those ads. You deserve a medal.
This doesn't really do anything, does it? We get further than we used to go. Since we joined the world together. But it doesn't really do anything for us because it doesn't take us anywhere. That I know of. I need to turn some lights off so I can see what I'm doing. Come on. Go where I click, not where you fancy. We've been in there, I'm sure. That just lets us get to here, doesn't it? To get the cartridges that were here. Can't remember how we got to that side of things. It was all to do with being taken for a ride in that big robot thing, wasn't it? We don't get any clues now, so I don't know what we're supposed to be doing. Other than trying to get the crown off, what's his name? Oh, don't turn around. Go forwards. Isn't it? These are the Belch mushrooms. That's really all those do. through here is the other section. With the gun, which we have fired where we had to. Now nobody really does anything. Because we can't modify these parameters at all. So the gun doesn't really do anything. We then go through this little hole here and go up to the statue room. We can then come along here and make a potion to make us bigger again. If I can remember the potion. That was wrong. Try that again. I think it was that. Yeah. I can't remember what it was. Help. Maybe it was that. Nope. Yeah. I need to go on the green car to find out what this was, and I can't remember what it was. Yeah. Look on a previous VOD, aren't I, to find out? It has been a while since I've played it. And thanks, kiddos. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you later. The Neverhood. Nearly there. Okay. Oops, I forgot that does that. Ah, that's the sequence. I was close. I knew it was half and second notch on various ones. I can remember what the combination was. It's one of the advantages of playing on stream. You've got VODs to look back at your previous gameplay. Genius, yeah, absolutely. Right, so must be something to do with areas that are accessible via the teleport. What we have to do now. I have to defeat the big bad and steal the crown, basically. Although the technique you used to find the IP address of that PDU when it was out of the garage yesterday, yeah. Right, we have 4 areas we can get to. Let's start off with the top one. Right, this is his sort of wizard tower kind of thing, which I've basically done, I think. This is where we got the key, wasn't it, this? That was on the balloon. And there is nothing there now. This is the bottom mouse room. This is where the puzzle is that we've got to try and decipher. Which I've got written down on a piece of paper which I've now lost. There it is. the puzzle that we have to decipher. And of course it removes it, thank you. Nothing else in here, is there? Oh, hello. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, right. This is news to me. I can move these around. And I assume I've got to make 8312 in some form. So 8, 3, 1, 2 in that order, is it? As easy as that. Oh, that was easy. I was expecting some maths puzzle or something. Some maths substitution puzzle, but no, it was just make that number. Ooh. Okay, we have rings. Let's start from the right. One of these must pull, and then no doubt we have to get in to trap it. Okay. Let me just yank on these other ones just in case, because they sometimes do things. Like that, for instance. Okay. So, how do I get him to hold two? There's another one over this way, is there? No. Right. So that opens that, but then I can't get through there. Do I need to pull on that one? And I have to it and it closes. Right. I could do the second one of these. I can't just push this over, can I? No. Unless one of those will lock that in the down position once it's been pulled. This one sort of goes clunk, let's try it. Let's try this one. Clunk, rattle, rattle. How about this end one? Boing. Okay.
thinking that one of these, when pulled, can be locked into its active position by pulling one of the others. But I don't know which. So it's just a case of trial and error. Here we see Majenko out on the pole. No. Let's try the end one. Hydrate that streamer. Yeah, I'm out of liquid. I've only got a couple of minutes of stream time left. Right, so none of those seem to do what I want them to do. Let's try this one. Lock that into position. Let's try pulling this one. That goes boink. I nudge in and it opens. I will certainly do that. I should be going to get some supper. Let's try the middle one. And nudge. Nope. Someone mentioned food. Sausage! There's only one left that I can try, which I think I've already tried. Which is that one. It goes clunk for clunk. Nope, I can't lock it in the open position. The Castle Fly Trap puzzle. Eamon has to push the fly trap under the rightmost ring, jump and grab that ring and let go. The fly trap will eat him and spit him out to the other side into the throne room lobby. Oh right, okay. So I put him there. Oops, too far. He eats me and spits me out. There we go. Okay. Caution, do not feed dead willies to Flytrap. Yeah. Okay. Into the throne room.
I'm sorry. Did I frighten you? My name is Clog. Everything you see here is mine to do with as I
Could be worse, like the Electron user review of Jet Set Willy. Oh
and
dear.
I desire for all of this
I never
to
got to
be
grips with
yours
Jet
to
Set Willy.
rule. All you have to do
I played Manic
is
Miner
wear
constantly
the
though.
adornment of a king.
Could never get past the first room. But I still played it constantly.
Neverhood crown. You know where this baby goes. So let us make our decision, shall we?
What we doing?
What? What? I know what you're thinking, and you can forget it. What the?
I was not expecting that.
I promise you will regret this. You are toying with forces for which you know nothing about! Clayman, no!
Embarrassment of Willies. Have I won?
Asleep so long. Who woke me? What is your name?
Clayman.
Clayman. Yes, of course. Well, stand up, friend. You saved this world and...
Die, you old fool!
Nicely done.
You know, I never really understood that guy. Come on, Clayman. We've got a Neverhood to finish. This nursery is where it all starts. So wait here, Clayman, and I'll make you some friends.
Some questionable noises there.
Seems like someone's been feeding the chat a diet of wits.
Diet of Willies.
I feel like I need a decontamination challenge.
A bot. Right.
Clayman, wake up.
Clayman, wake up!
Oh, hello.
Hey, everybody. This is Clayman. And without his smarts, compassion, and high moral fiber, we wouldn't be here today.
Half a cheer for Clayman!
Hip hip hoo!
It is now time
Half a
to
cheer.
goof off.
Hip hip hoo. Now time to goof off.
Clayman! Clayman! Up here! Hey!
Man, things are good.
The end. That's quite an easy ending in the end. I was expecting to be going on for hours yet. It is a very weird game. I love it though. Brilliant game. Perfect timing, yeah. Just in time to finish. Filled in just the right amount of time. Okay, sleepy. Time for a finish. Love the lyrics to this music. Love the lyrics. Lots of drugs with the designs on. Oh, it's still available. Absolutely. I wish. Still, the lyrics are more intelligible than Nirvana. But never mind. Is that the end? I hope so. Come on. You can finish now. Thank you. Pretty much the same, Ben, yes. Right. Game finished. Thank you very much, Swarm of Dead Insects, for recommending that one. That was mind-bending, that was. I love it. Brilliant game. Right, well, the next game that we're going to go back to on this computer will be Jedi Knight. Got to finish that one. We're only partway through it. 100 plus 100 for the effort, as this looks to be metric butt ton of stop motion. Oh yes, it must have taken a lot of work. All claymation, and then compositing it, and then huge amounts of work. But fun, worth it. I loved it. Right, I'm done for the night now. Something's crashed. Good old Windows. Your vintage Windows gaming system is cursed. It runs but barely. Oh. This one works quite well. Compaq Desk Pro EN. Pentium 3, 833. You can sneeze and crash 98. Yep. With a Voodoo 3 3000 PCI and a Sound Blaster Live 5.1. It's a very good combination for Windows 98 gaming. Butterfly flaps its wings in the Amazon. Windows 98 crashes. It works reasonably well. You get the odd crash, but not many actually. That's the first time it's crashed in a while. Well, it's the first time I've used it in a while. Anyway, start the background music. Get that going again. '98 did not like your GeForce 6200. Ah, well, NVIDIA. 98, you really want Voodoo or Matrox. Matrox are good in that era. Your PSU you took out because it was musty as hell and the cooling fan left to chat years ago. Oh, fair enough. My clock's wrong, is it? It is slightly fast. There you go. Oh, is this this Dell or whatever that you got recently? Yeah. Yeah, there's an 866 megahertz Pentium 3 with 256 meg of RAM, 3DFX Voodoo 3. In a compact. Not a bad system for gaming on a 98. Dell, a Dell from hell, yes. Your Pentium 3 machine was only 800, but it did have 2 of them. Yeah, fancy you. Right, well, I'm out of here now anyway. It's got too late for me. I need to go. So, outro time. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. It's been fun just kicking back, doing nothing really. It's a bit of tidying up, compiling. That's the point. I wonder if my compiling's still working. Yes, it is. Yeah, I'll be back on Thursday. I might see you at the end of Ben's stream tomorrow, possibly. If I get back in time. On a Voodoo 3 or Voodoo 5, yeah. 3's pretty good. See if you can find one. I found one in a machine at the tip, which was nice. You don't want to go too modern with Windows 98. Your GeForce 6200 probably better with XP. You might run into me tomorrow, yes.
All right. Settle down. Time to wrap this up. Honestly, it's been something. A huge thank you to
it's been something, all right.
Today. Seriously, you all made it worthwhile. Special shout out to Stream Elements. That Django bot, that's me. Hot Rocks Girl, Sir Stuzalot 7 Farts is a record. Ben, Koi Raccoon, Tyler Hoot, Matt and X, Sleepy Developer Dope has Jeepin 24/7 for Incest Fuzzy Butt, PC Markers and Snort Packets for the fantastic conversation. And a warm welcome to our new follower, Snort Packets. To all our subscribers and raiders, your support is greatly appreciated. Now, if you're all going to start arguing about Windows 98 again, I'm logging off. Good night.
7? You do apologise, must have been dinner. Yes. Shot with a Minolta RD175 digital camera, was it? An early digital SLR introduced in 1995.
Good grief. Adverts. Honestly, the nerve of some people. Just when things were getting interesting.
3 separate CCD image sensors, 0.41 megapixels.
Good heavens, those ads. You folks deserve a medal for enduring that. Honestly, it's enough to make a doctor prescribe something stronger than aspirin.
And with that, I'll say good night. I might see you tomorrow, otherwise I'll see you Thursday.